We start with 1 hour chart. We want to see how we can look for trade. Before I start the analysis, for subscribers who cannot get notification, we have a Telegram and Twitter group. They can join there. I will share all the YouTube links there. They can find in description of any video. And beside that, we have a playlist. They can refer to the playlist from there. At least they can look for the latest update. Anyway, if you refer to our analysis, based on 1 hour chart again, if you refer to last analysis when the price was within this move, I mentioned whoever get the trade within this move, they should start to manage. And if you want to look for continuation, we need to get the bigger correction. This is what we get. That's why I mentioned simply we cannot look for buy. And right now, I want to see what we have. In this case, we start with higher time frame. If we move to daily chart, most of the charts they have a similar movement. And right now, we want to see whether this one turned to a flat or we can look for continuation. Okay, because if this one turned to a flat, mostly we can expect the price to retest the previous low. And in this case, we move to forward chart. And as we can see, the price reversing is quite corrective. Every time we see the correction, all right? That means we can look for continuation, but if we want to look for buy, any buy will be a short term, all right? And if we put our line here, we want to see whether this one can give us one more drop with the breakout of this line and retest the previous low or not, because we mentioned if the price drop, then we can look for bigger correction, and even we can look for divergence. Anyway, the price reverse more than what we expected, because we mentioned we have been looking for this flat, but the only thing is the price reversed really sharply. Now want to see what's the next and how we can look for trade. Based on forward chart, we don't have any trade set up. The only thing is we want to see whether we can get the correct trade from here or not. Okay, but as I mentioned, the best option is if the price can drop. It doesn't mean the price have to. That's the best option, because if there is a continuation from here, mostly any trade, as long as the price haven't broke the previous stop, is a short-term trade. All right, now we want to see how we can look for trade. If I move to 1 hour chart, and what I see here, we get this correction. And if we want to look for trade for buy, mostly we cannot get really good trade setup. Even if this one turned to a flat or flag, mostly the way is forming, it doesn't give us really good trade setup. Okay, can we expect the price give us one more drop? If this one happen, we have a flat here as well. Then any reversal with a sharp move flag, we can look for buy. Then if anyone wants to look for trade from here, wait for this one turn to a bigger correction. But for me, I wait for this one turn to a deeper move before I take the trade. The reason is, if we refer to the indicators, MACD doesn't show us the divergence. The another one is showing me the divergence. If both of them show us the divergence, we could confirm this one as a flat, as a 1, 2, 3, and for the price to reverse. But since MACD doesn't show us a divergence, the possibility of this one is the start of the down move is very less, because each of them showing us a different information. Then if we want to look for trade, let this one give us one more drop. We see the deeper correction, then any reversal from there we can look for buy. Why we want to see one more drop? Because if we get one more drop, then from there we can confirm whether this is the start of the down move or is a deeper correction. Okay, but beside that, I mentioned it doesn't mean the price have to drop before we look for trade. This is how we can the best option. Maybe we get the correction of flag here for continuation, but it depends on the traders whether they want to take the trade from here or not. Okay. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thank